Hello, everyone. Thank you to connect with ourselves today. This is a special time. This is Hashtag with Idali. This is my podcast. This is a special space just only for health, wellness, and aesthetics. And today I have a surprise for you. So just give me a couple minutes. Let me introduce myself. And then I'm going to talk with an amazing, pretty, beautiful, and smart woman. So thank you again for all who are connecting today and who don't know about myself. My name is Idalis Berili. I'm a registered nurse, MBA in marketing, specialized in skincare, author of Global Integral Beauty book. It is the bestseller book and international speaker. So today we have a special time to enjoy with one of my VIP guests, and her name is Briana. Briana, welcome to Hashtag with Idalis in my podcast. How do you feel today, Briana?
Oh my goodness, I feel wonderful. Thank you so much for having me on your podcast and to be a part of it. I'm so excited.
Briana, remember that they interviewed you through the networking, international networking. I really have amazing experience with you, and I love your passion, your connection, your energy in our industry, health, wellness, and aesthetics. And that's why today we invite you. I would like to know that all my audience, all the people who are connecting today, know more about yourself. But the best way to know about yourself is about through yourself. Tell me a little bit about your short life, but you have so big experience. Tell me about yourself, Sudha.
Yes, so I've had quite a great life, a spontaneous one for sure. And I'm actually recently engaged. So I've got a fiance now, and we've got cute animals, 2 dogs and 2 cats. And, I really came into the aesthetic industry full force. I mean, it was during COVID that I decided to join. And ever since then, it's been a wonderful ride. And it's one that I love, and it makes me happy every single morning.
Yes, I really appreciate your time because I know that you are busy. As Briana told, she is a licensed esthetician, laser technician, and founder of, how you can pronounce that, Briana? The name of your company?
Revive Aesthetics.
Revive Aesthetics. She is based in Dallas and is from Dallas and New York today, our conversation. So tell me a little bit about your passion. How that passion was started in yourself, maybe for your family, friend. Why you get that connection and passion with aesthetics?
Yes. So, being a African-American woman, when I would go get facials, I could see like the hesitation in some people when I was like more aggressive, or you can go harder in the microderm. And just as my personal experience as a client, I was like, there looks to be kind of a gap here. And so when I joined the aesthetic industry, especially in the medical side of aesthetics, I really saw there is a gap for that specific demographic here in Dallas. And so my passion came from really building the confidence, but also the awareness that you can treat all skin types with, chemical peels and with laser resurfacing. And my goal is to really just take that fear out of this sort of industry and conversation when it comes to, your skin types of 5 and 6s. So I get a lot of my passion from that and creating that inclusivity.
Thank you, Briana. I really like the way how you can connect with your career. That's why I invite you. But today I really want to focus in the area where you are really growing a lot. That is a laser hair removal or laser treatment. I know that you started with this amazing company, and right now you're running an academy that is like major. The idea is that today, all the experiences that you have, you want to teach your students to get work in the best way, follow the rules, license, in the USA regulation. And you know what? I really like it that because we have to start with the best way when we are starting.
Right.
So we are desperate to get money. We are desperate, but everyone is desperate because it's nice, normal. But the good thing is to do it in the right way. Follow the direction. I like to hear about what is your goal in your academic.
Yeah, so my goal in my academics is to obtain my nurse practitioners. And I really think getting my nursing degree and getting my nurse practitioner's license is just going to open up that additional door that is within aesthetics of actually treating every skin type accurately. So I definitely think getting those accolades are really just going to broaden my horizon because I'm not someone that likes to think I know everything, right? I learn from everyone around me in the industry. And I think obtaining those accolades are really going to help me there.
Excellent. I would like to talk a little bit more about why we need two equipment for the laser hair removal. I hear that there is certain type of laser equipment for the white skin color and another for the dark skin color. Tell me a little bit about that difference and why we need that.
Yes, yes. So it's actually interesting. Laser technology has come a long way, but there are different wavelengths when it comes to laser hair removal that you want to use on lighter skin versus darker skin. A lot of times, lighter skin is going to use that 755 wavelength because it's more superficial and it's meant to target the pigment. And so the idea here is a 755 versus a 1064 is the chromophores that they, target. 1064 isn't just targeting pigment, it's going for hemoglobin and water. 755 is just targeting your pigment. And that creates an issue when you're treating a darker skin type, right? Because pigment, melanin, is very superficial for everyone who has, darker skin types or from darker cultural backgrounds. And so that laser technology and where we've come is honestly very, very important because we haven't always had 1064 technology. So with that technology, it really helps you treat darker skin types with laser hair removal much more safe.
And what happens if I treat the Afro-American skin color with the Alice, the
That 755. Yeah. So
755?
if you treat the darker skin type, it's just going to go right after that melanin. And essentially, that's where people have hypopigmentation. So they lose, the color of that specific treated area, or hyperpigmentation, it darkens, and they're going to get burned. And so Alexandrite wavelength is just not the way to go when you're utilizing a 5 and a 6. You want to just be careful. Now, there are those other wavelengths in between, like a diode that people have found can treat all skin types. It's just dependent on the technology. But I don't like to say that because 1064 is the best way to go.
I agree with you. I definitely thinking that each one should be training for something specific. We try to do everything, but when you are getting an expert, when you really are focused in some area, for example, in your case, that you right now you have an academic, what is your idea is to teach your student to be the best. So it's very important to talk this because I don't want to get married with any technology, with any company. I just want to show our patient the best result and save it too. Save this treatment. That's why I want to talk a little bit about the difference because they don't know when the patient is coming to visit us and they don't know what kind of equipment. So I think that we should educate them, explain to them what is going to be better for them. They are not buying a shoes, they are not buying a bag, like maybe it is not working, they threw away. They are buying the medical aesthetic treatment. That's very dangerous. That's why I'm so happy to talk with you. You can tell me a little bit more details how important is to first choose what is the best equipment to do your laser hair removal. What do you thinking about all the technology without any compromise? But with your experience, what is the technology that you recommend to do?
So I always recommend just 110% 1064 nanometer laser wavelength device. And that's going to be like a Candela based device. I feel like now in 2023, in the last year, IPL laser hair removal has gotten so popular. And I don't like to talk badly about it, but IPL laser hair removal is IPL in general is a chromophore that targets pigment.
I have a question about that, but I always hear the IPL is more common for the white skin color, no, like
Yes.
1, 2, or 3 maximum, but sometimes 3 either is a little bit dangerous. So what are you talking about? Tell me a little bit more, because maybe something new that I don't know.
Yes. So there are different platforms as of recently that have IPL technology with wavelengths of 810 to 960 that they claim can be used on all skin types. I am one that does not like to claim that because intense pulse light is very aggressive for darker
Yes.
skin types. So I always like to just go with the 110% laser, which is going to be a Candela G Max, and that's just a 1064 or 755 wavelength. And that's going to be safer for darker skin types because you're not having to worry about this additional light on surrounding areas of the skin.
This is amazing. This is the same equipment I have, the Gentle Mass Pro. I love it. 2 equipment in 1 machine. I'm 100% relieved because my idea is to feel confident, offer all my patients like good result, but also let my patient feel safe too. So that's the best. It's very expensive, yes, but at the end it's worth it. It's
So
like you pay for quality. And that's why I always talk with my patient. You pay for quality. So I don't do Groupon, I don't do anything because so many years working, and we invest a lot in ourselves, in education, training, and also in equipment, the new equipment. And that's why we make the difference. And that's the way that in your academic, you can always promote for your student to work like that and don't throw away their prize, because that's it doesn't make sense for that. So tell me a little bit why we recommend between 6 and 9 months and a 9 session for the treatment. Why they have to be in different?
So when you don't want to, especially with lasers, I feel like most people are just so happy. They're like, oh, I got to get them in and get them in and get them in. But the reality is when you're doing laser hair removal or even laser resurfacing, that's a lot of heat that's going into the skin, and enters the epidermis to the dermis. And you don't want to rush that because the skin can hold in heat, and people do photosensitizing activities every day. I mean, every single day. So I like to create a plan and make it a journey, because if you don't have the journey, there's no education and value that's backing up what you're doing. It's just, oh, it's another client doing your treatment. I'll see you in 2 weeks. But what if 2 weeks isn't enough time for that client and their specific hair or their specific skin? So really spacing out those treatments are just safer for the patient and for the provider, and just allows for more in-depth care when providing those treatments so you can hit your end result.
That's amazing to be clear with the patient from the beginning, and it is the base education. Education is the key word for this kind of practice, because they has to get very clear that this is a medical aesthetic treatment. It's not like a facial. Remember, it's a light that light can burn the skin and can get pigmentation. So
Right.
that's very dangerous. So that's very important that we can talk with them, educate them, explain to them from the beginning, and give them the real expectation, because commercially or marketing, the name is laser hair removal, but that's not the real name. The real name is laser hair reduction.
Yes.
That's the big difference. When you are talking with them from the beginning, they know that it's not going to disappear. What is the percent that you always, explain to your patient the reduction of the hair? What approximately?
So I like to give myself some space here because some people's hair doesn't react well and they don't
Okay.
reduce a whole lot. So I actually like to say that most of my clients are going to see about a 65 to a 75% reduction. And that number right there is that safe space because that allows me to let them know, like, hey, this isn't electrolysis, this isn't permanent removal, but this is a reduction. So your growth is going to slow down. And when you say 65 to 75, it sounds a lot more realistic than saying 90 and then them coming back in 6 months after treatment because they have a little stubble because now they're upset. So
Yeah.
using that number has been successful for me in making sure they understand the expectation.
That's the most important. I think if from the beginning be transparent with them and give them the real expectation. This is the key. When you're working with them, you show them like to be your professional ethic. Talk with them very clear, and also you can show the equipment, you can show the testimonial, you can show the satisfaction. That's very important too. But also, I always recommend them, like this kind of work is together. We do
Right.
our part as a professional, but they have to do their part too. They have to come in on time. They have to come in, why we have to wait between 6 and 8 weeks in betweens.
Yes, so 6 to 8 weeks is ideal, especially when you're treating the body, but that's because of the stages at which our hair grows. So, a lot of people, and I don't expect people to know this when they don't do it, but your hair grows in 3 stages. You've got your anagen stage, which is that growth phase, then you've got your telogen stage, and that's the transitional stage for the resting stage. So, if we're doing every 6 to 8 weeks, it actually allows for your hairs that are on different growth cycles to go through that complete cycle so that once you shave and now it's treatment day, oh, we're really about to kill that hair root because the whole goal of laser hair reduction is to damage the hair root. So if we can't get to it because all of the hair is taking the energy, now we're just wasting treatments at that point. So waiting 6 to 8 weeks for the hair cycles to go through that full cycle and then just shave it all down, wonderful. Now we can hopefully get everything on the same cycle and hopefully get that reduction of 65 to 75% that we're trying to get to.
I really congratulate you because laser hair removal is one. I think that is the only aesthetic treatment who are permanent,
Right.
because either the plastic surgery is not permanent. Remember, only 2-3 years, and then if you do like liposuction, the fat is coming from the other part of your body. So
Right.
you do, skin elasticity surgery too. You have after 2-3 years again it's coming back, the saggy and everything. But laser hair removal, no more.
Right.
So always it's going to disappear, like you say, 60, 70, maximum 80%. But that's 20% or 30% left is going to be eventually is going to be done with the touch up. So that's a really good and amazing market today, and is more popular today. Men and women doing too today. So
Oh my
I
God.
think the
Yes.
thing is, you are in the best. Congratulations, you are in the best market because it's growing every single day, and
Right.
it's healthy. It's healthy. It's the only way. It's the only way to get reduction in your hair, because either the wax is not working, it's not going to disappear the hair. It's the opposite. You will get pigmentation, ingrowth, irritation. When you do with the razor, is the same too, and also the cream depilator too.
Right.
So that's why I told you I congratulate you, and I wish you the best in your academic, because I'm sure with all your passion is going to be the best. I
Thank
hope we can do a presential. We're going to do this integral beauty conference on September here in New York. So I will invite you. I wish that you can come and you can speak and talk everything about your academic and all your experience in this conference. Okay.
Oh, yes. Yes. Thank you so much.
One of my last question, I would like to know, What kind of marketing strategy do you use to position yourself and your academic job?
Yeah, so marketing for me is just transparency. I am just an honest person. So when I utilize my social media, I'm actually posting real life results from real patients, and the education that I want people to understand comes with the service. And I actually think that's helped me a lot with marketing this, because a lot of people want the information, to be honest with you, before they walk in the consult. They really do. They want to have some idea of what they're walking into so they don't feel blindsided. So I really use my platform to educate the average person so that they have just a regular knowledge of what laser is, what the skin is capable of. Because I know I want to know what's on my skin and what my skin is capable of and what it's not. And so I try to utilize just those basic factors, excuse me, when educating my patients on social media. And so that has been very successful for me so far, to be honest with you. It's been great.
That's why I found you in the social media. I saw you and I love what you're doing. So, tell me something about what other professional from the health, wellness, and beauty sector do you work for the integral benefits of your patient?
Yes. So thankfully, I have a lot of friends that are in the field that range from estheticians to nurse practitioners. So I really like to almost create a friendship with my patients and get them networked in with these individuals, because then it just brings everything around full circle. So I really like to utilize my relationships that I have with my friends to get them in front of patients and patients in front of them. And that way there's this sense of community for this patient, right? They don't feel like they're just coming to see me and they'll see me next time, like I don't want them to feel that way. I want them to feel like they matter. I want them to feel like their results matter. And so I like to create a sense of community with the relationships that I have with current professionals, and bring them into the whole patient process.
Excellent. And now tell me a little bit, what do you consider the biggest challenge of your profession?
I definitely think the biggest challenge, honestly, is being the age that I am in my profession. Aesthetics has been around for a long time, and aesthetics has grown immensely over the years. There's so many different treatment protocols and devices. But I think because I'm so young and I know what I want, a lot of the times it makes it challenging, because it's like, well, do you really know what you're talking about? And deep down, I'm like, yeah, I know what I'm talking about. So I definitely think when you're dealing with people's skin and you're dealing with a more mature audience, right? Because my age range of patients is 15 to 80, but I see more people who are closer to 80 than I see at 15, because they have two different types of skin. So I definitely think me being young can sometimes deter them, because they're like, oh my goodness, you're like perfect. What are you going to tell me about my skin? So that's something that I'm trying to help myself and my patients overcome, is that age factor.
That's the amazing experience, because people always like to see you. They follow you, they listen to you, they believe in yourself, because you are the best example for them. So in this way, because you are young and you show them you are very taxed, very confident, and very sure what do you want, you make this like confidence with you. And so that's why I told you that from the first day that I did the interview, I was surprised with you. So let's go to invite everyone who are in Texas to visit you. So tell me a little bit, where exactly are you located? So now for all the audience who are listening this podcast can visit you, can look in your social media, and also an email. Everything is going to be for our audience.
Yes. So Revive Aesthetics is currently in the construction phase. We are going to be home based in Frisco, Texas. So Frisco is a little bit north of Dallas, outside of this inner city. So I'm really excited for what's to come once we finish with our construction and we open the doors.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much, Briana, for your time. We really enjoy this amazing podcast. I love it. I'm sure that I'm going to do more with you. I'm going to invite you for the next one. It's going to be the interview. So you will invite all your friends and all my audience too, and we can discuss part of this and a little bit more depth because today it was very short. So thank you everyone to connecting with ourselves. If you have any question, please send me all the questions. I invite you to follow us in our social media and also Briana too. We will send you a big hug and have a wonderful weekend.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Briana. Enjoy and congratulations. So follow your dreams. This is an amazing time and you are in the right market. Thank
Thank
you.
you so much, dear.